Hello, hello, hello. So, welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel, guys. My name is Emily. Today, that's actually the first video I'm recording in 2023. But, today we are looking at some dots on a screen. Specifically, this is my attempt at a representation of what if the Russian Black Sea Fleet went toe-to-toe with a NATO surface action group. So, currently within Ukraine, or within the Ukraine conflict, whilst it's not impossible to do, meaningful tactical air work, it's certainly very difficult. Obviously both sides have got really strong air defense platforms. Specifically, Ukraine's got Patriot for the long range, NASAMS for the shorter range, and the Flak Panzers for the Flak Panzers from Germany for the really close range work. The Gepard, I believe it is. No, it's not the Gepard. Can't remember the name of it now. But anyway, so it is very difficult to operate air defense, an air fight meaningfully. So I turned NATO doctrine back about 40 years now, to surface the surface battle groups. So in the days of the battleships, in the US, it would be the Arizonas, the Iowa class battleship. Sorry. They operated as a surface battle group. So basically, think carrier battle group, but instead of putting a carrier in the middle of it, you put a battleship in the middle of it. Quite a cool idea. Now, I decided to get the combatants of basically the main combatant ships of the Black Sea Fleet going toe-to-toe with a complement of NATO ships. I want to cover NATO first because whilst there's accuracy in this, NATO doesn't have a specific Black Sea Fleet. So as such, I've had to sort of take a bit of dibs and dabs from everywhere. So leading the charge, you've got HMS Duncan. So at the front, we've got two ships. We've got Duncan and we've got an Arleigh Burke in SAM configuration. So the main threat, in my opinion, from these ships is going to be the basically massed missile attack. So Russian doctrine calls for basically slinging all of your missiles at the bad guys at once, overwhelm Aegis, get through, kill them. That's why we've got two air defense platforms out front with, they've got the best ability to defend against this. Behind that, we've got we've got a Ticonderoga in Samfit. That's meant to be, no, actually, we'll leave that one in Samfit just for my peace of mind. Then we've got an Arleigh Burke anti-ship missile, Arleigh Burke anti-ship missile, Arleigh Burke anti-ship missile, and then a Ticonderoga anti-ship missile. God, that's the configuration I want. So the Arleigh Burkes, for those wondering, are these bad boys. They have got, so this is the Flight 3 by Current Hill, by the way. So this has upgraded harpoons, upgraded SAM capabilities, upgraded everything, basically. This is the current generation Arleigh Burke. This is what's rolling out of Bath Iron Works right now. Or floating out of Bath Iron Works right now, am I right? Up here, we've also got some Oliver Hazard Perrys. Now, I know these have been retired from US military service, but they are still operated by the militaries of Spain, Poland, Taiwan, loads of countries. So they are still relevant ships. They're a bit older now, and I mean, even the model's a bit older, but at the very least, it'll catch some missiles. And that is, it's a survivable ship. And like I say, if it can catch a missile, then, it's got seaways on front and back. It's got an arm launcher. The arm launcher is going to be this thing's main weakness. So a VLS, you can fire the missiles as quickly as you can press the button to launch. With this, you fire a missile, it then picks another one up out of the magazine, goes to firing position, shoots. So it's a much slower method of launching your missiles. That is the main weakness of this ship. Does it have VLS cells? No, it doesn't. Hilarious. So it can only launch basically one missile at a time. That's this ship's main issue. But like I say, you can imagine Spain's got involved, Poland's got involved. There you go. There's your two ships. I've put two Visby corvettes. So I put a Visby corvette in the middle there. The Visbys, there are a couple of these in the Swedish Navy, but these have RB-15s. So they are actually very capable missiles. I'm not sure what that is. So very capable ships. And it's stealth. So actually, even though if this thing takes a hit from a missile, it's sunk. But it's got capability there, And yeah, this definitely isn't what it's designed for, but you know, I'm sort of thinking desperate times, desperate measures, that kind of dealio. And the last ship in our group today, at the very back, we've got the supply ship, the Tild. Now I'm going to do a quick jump cut whilst I get the Black Sea Fleet information up so I can read through and explain my substitutions. Just like that, we are back. I've used Wikipedia for the information today, so all the information is here under Order of Battle, and this covers off all of the ships that are currently active within the Russian fleet and who we think are still around. So specifically, you know, things I've covered today, things like the Pitlivi, the Krivak. This ship I've marked because it's reported maintenance as of early 2022. I've not modelled this in the fleet today. The reason for that is, especially in the Russian Navy, maintenance periods can go on for years. There was one of their most capable attack submarines was basically in dry dock for 10 years, or dry dock / alongside doing systems tests, that kind of thing. So you know, early 2022 to early 2023, you know, I'm just going to say it's not back in service yet. Also, the Admiral Grigorovich specifically was deployed in the Mediterranean as of May 2022. As much as Russia does want to, actually, I do apologise. No, this is modelled. Yeah, so sorry. I apologise for that. So, lastly, the Stregushi class. I'm not modelling these because they're projected entering service this year. You know, 2 trials underway in the Baltic in May 2022. Name change from Ritvi to Mercury in 2021. Submarines, those aren't being modelled today. Landing assault ships. I've modelled some of these because some of them do have a combat ability, and so some of them do have a combat ability. Sorry, and they are defendable. But you wouldn't send, for example, a spy ship into this fight because it can't do anything to defend itself, right? So working our way down, I've excluded the high-speed landing craft because these are special forces ships and will only have guns on them. Grishas, all 3 of those are modelled. The Minesweeper Task Force, again, I've eliminated these because they don't have a way to defend themselves. I mean, look at those things. They have a machine gun on the front, that's about it. And the Natia is going to be a very similar case. Next, the Anti-Saboteur Squadron. I have modelled the 3 Raptors. The reason I've modelled these is they are coastal patrol vessels, but they do have a combat ability, and they can also catch missiles quite handily. Now, I know like I say, it says they've been damaged here, but you know, combine the Graknok, which is like a defender patrol vessel, you know, the Graknoks, the Raptors, and the Flamingos. The Raptor seems to fall in middle road. So next we've got the Bunyans and the Karakurts. The Bunyans and the Karakurts are actually very similar in capabilities. So I basically placed all of these as Karakurts. The Durgak, I believe I've placed as a Krivak because again it has very similar capabilities. Tarantul, I've just placed this as a string of Molniers, sorry. Then we've got our 3 Grishas. These are mainly anti-submarine ships, but you know, we can just about use them in this capability. Project 22160, I wasn't really too sure what these were, but looking at them, they do have caliber systems, so I have replaced that, I believe, as a Karakurt, because again, they're very similar capabilities. We've got Seagoing Minesweeper Goya. Again, Minesweepers have eliminated because they're not combatant ships. Anti-Saboteur Squadron, Graknok Raptors, I've included some of those for reasons as mentioned previously. Vishnia, so the separate squadron, the Vishnia is an intelligence gathering ship, no point. Yuri Ivanovov is another SIGINT ship. Again, these ships are incredibly expensive. There's no point using them to catch missiles. And then you've got your auxiliaries, you've got your Fleet Oiler, Morski Prostor, Morskoi Prostor, which is the sea space. I've modelled that as a bulker, as a handy wind, and hydrographic ocean vessels, again, I've eliminated those. Looking how I've placed the fleet down. Up front, you've got your Karakurts with anti-ship missiles and your Kastanovs. Sorry, so there's some Kastanovs. So the Kastanovs are very similar to the Admiral Grigorovich class. You've then I've got Nostrashimi to replace one of the other ships I couldn't find. Rapuchas. Again, these are the landing craft. Then you've got your Grishas. The Grisha is mainly an anti-ship, an anti-submarine ship, but it does have some anti-ship capabilities. So this is what I used to replace the Raptors and Flamingos. So I used some with machine guns. I've used machine guns and anti-ship missiles. So this probably has a bit more capability, more pep in its step than the standard ship that the ship that they sort of simulate. But it's a worthy tactic in my opinion. Again, because these are grouped together doesn't mean they're grouped together in the fleet. We've then got the Karakurts here. So these have calibers. These have, from an air defense capability, these have Panzers. This is a very capable air defense missile. Got more of those. So this is the Molnier. The Molnier again. This thing, freaking tiny. I mean, look at the size of the windows. Comparatively, but you've got 4 big honking missiles. This could kill a carrier. So, like I say, this is why I've put a high focus on air defense up front. Again, there's quite a few Molniers as well. Got your Grishas. Again, these are anti-submarine ships, but they do have Seaways. They do have a deck gun. They can just about defend themselves. And then lastly, I put the Handy Wind in, which is meant to simulate their fleet oiler. So the fleet. So basic sort of order of battle here. You've got your fast attack ship. Just this would sort of be bobbing around, just sort of weaving in and out, keeping everyone safe. You've got your Handy Wind. This is the oiler. The back you've got a Karakurt as no, we don't land a missiles. I'll go ASHM on that. This is your rear guard. This is to stop someone sneaking around the back and sinking your oiler. Your oiler, which is there. You've got your Rapukas, which again, these have basically, I've put the most capable ships at the front, working my way to the less capable ships at the back. They're slightly chaotic formations, just because of, I think it, especially if you have a big group like this, you can take advantage of confusion. So, identifying a ship at range, yes, you've got what the radar return looks like, but you've also got things like ELINT. Now, if you're just a mass of radar signatures, it's actually very difficult to figure out who you are. So for example, your Kastanovs and your Karakurts are going to be the most capable air defense platforms. As such, NATO will want to sink these first. But if it's just a mess of ships here, it's quite hard to figure out who's who. And I've also done my best to maintain clear lines of fire so ships don't sink each other. But the way the sea space is going to be on this, that is going to be very challenging. All right. Whew. So I think without further ado, let's get into the battle. Fight's on. I hadn't saved this yet, so this is. I am going to let you sit through this with me just so we can see how much my computer just cries when I try and make it do this. And so the ships are going to start moving now. See the blades under there. I've not put any wind or weather on because, again, I'll just say it's a nice day on the sea. It's a life on the ocean wave and all that. So we're looking at the groups. Has anyone tried anything yet? No, no one's tried anything. They can probably not. They can't probably see each other yet. In fairness, what we'll do is just fast forward time. There you go. Let's just have a little look around the fleets. So we've got Kastanov. I'm going to pause until something happens. Alright, so nothing's happened yet, but I do want to cover off on the fleets. So you've got Kastanov, thing. So yeah, you can see with the Grishas, now it's got the missiles on, it's air defense in the front, but you do have a large deck gun on the back. These are the old models. Unfortunately, I haven't got an updated model for prettiness, but hey, it'll do. Another Grisha. Yeah, you can see these things are tiny, but if, you know, if these things scatter under fire, which I don't think they will actually, but if they were to, you'd find that these things can go like 60 knots. You've got your Karaka again, tiny ship, tiny ship, but it's got so much on it. It's got a deck gun, it's got VLS up top, it's got Panzer, and you know, it's got three screws at the back pushing it through the water, 14 knots. You've then got more Karakats, the Molnir. Again, these, I think we are moving at quite a slow pace compared to what this fleet could move at. And then you've got your Grishas, more Grishas, and then I think it is the Vulca that's preventing people going any faster. You can see its little propellers whizzing around and it's just not moving. It's got that much supplies on board for the fleet. You've got Duncan up front, Type 45. Type 45, you can see, first of all, Type 45 is actually stealth. Missiles are extended, so it's about to start shooting people. But you can see it's actually got principles of stealth here. You can see the geometric shapes mean stealth. So this isn't a full stealth ship, but I believe it has the radar cross-section of approximately a small fishing vessel. And these things are big. I have actually been on one when they when one was in port in Newcastle. I believe it was Duncan actually. So the Duncan or Defender, I can't remember which of the two now, so it was a little while ago. We've then got Ollie Burke up here. Again, lots of VLS cells on these things. Lots of VLS. So has anyone shot anything yet? Nope. So like I say, we are just gonna close, you know, kick it up to 60 times fast forward. I think it's basically when the arcs meet each other, so I've got a little while. I didn't know how far apart to place them, because I didn't want them to go straight into shooting each other, but also, yeah. So I think that the tactic of sticking the oilers at the back is good, because if we put them in the middle, missiles are programmed to go for the largest RCS, radar cross section that is, and the Tild will have a massive RCS. Okay, I'm going to go to 120 times, which means 1 minute takes 30 seconds. Okay, 200 times, that's fine. So it looks like first shot's going to go at the Russians, which is fine, which is why we've planned for this, we've briefed for this. That's, we've got Duncan and Burke out front, Ticonderoga up top. To be honest, it should have been Ticonderoga, like the Ticonderoga should have reversed, but nah, it's fine. All these ships do, even though it's a, you know, they've got ASHM primarily, they do have an air defense ability. So all of these ships, except Tild, can defend themselves. The main ship I didn't actually cover was USS Oak Hill, but I'll do that once we've got... Oh, I'll do it now. USS Oak Hill. So this is a landing ship dock. So you can see this has got landing craft in the back. This is an amphibious assault ship. So its main job in a battle isn't to shoot things, it's to put Marines on a beach. So you can see this thing only has a sea whiz on the front and that's it. So that's why this is, again, it's not fully at the back, but it's pretty close to the back. And as well, this is a lot bigger and more survivable than, stand by, this, you know. I mean, this isn't much bigger than the coastal patrol ships. But it's got a VLS, so it will shoot that VLS. I'm not sure how much hearing these guys are going to have afterwards, but, you know. Yeah. Also, it's quite a bit coming out of that must be coolant, not thingies, but yeah. So we are about to cross front lines, so we should see first shots ringing out. Or not. So front lines are now break. Yes, we are actually still 62 miles apart. Fair enough. going to take them 3 hours to merge at the rate we're going at. So yeah, this is going to be a long form video, guys. Get your drinks. I've got my bottle of Coke that I bought yesterday that I didn't, I paid a fortune for because I bought it at the station, and then I didn't really need. Are we just on a pacifist bent at the moment? Are we just going to, like, have hugs? I mean, we must be at a range that naval guns would work, right? Closest ship's now 35 miles. Yeah, that's borderline gunnery. Oh, are we being friends? So again, now if we had a game master and we were, this wasn't basically. I don't have basically someone playing admiral, so to speak. There we go. First missiles are away. Let's have a look. SM6 is going up to defend P800s. Right, it's going to be time for some fast talking. P800s, massive honking missiles. These are BrahMos in Indian service. What else we got going in? We've got P800s. That's what we're slinging from the Kastanov right now. And we're putting up SM2 and SM6 fire from our qualified ships. And just going to knock those on the head, hopefully, straight away. Ooh. Actually, SM6 has now retasked itself, hopefully, to go for that caliber. Because caliber's quick. Caliber's doing 750 knots on the deck. 800 knots. Boom. Wow, this is... Remember, the last time we put a Kastanov against a Burke, the Kastanov whooped that Burke's ass. This time, we've got counters to these calibers. And it shows there is a difference. Hopefully these ships will work together and won't both go for the same missiles, but actually they're firing multiple calibers off the Kastanov now. So you can see the Kastanov's VLS cells, boom, there it goes. Whoosh. So yeah, it's just slinging them out as fast as they can almost at this point. So we are seeing really limited exchanges of fire. SM2 MRs are coming up off the Tycho, but they're probably going for those Onyxes. That's a cluster. That's going for everything pretty much. No, I apologise. These are going to be anti-ship these should be anti-ship SM2s, right? I think this is going to be something to watch, guys. Wow! Look at it go! 3,000 knots, or 2,500 knots, or 2,250. Like a true airspeed, that we're doing about 3,000 knots. This is crazy. Look at that, you got the VLS launches from there. Holy balls. Wow, so okay, we are getting first air defense kills. So getting caliber, getting Onyx launches. Bear in mind, this is taking an Arleigh Burke just slinging missiles to stop this Kastanov. We've not got the rest, the Karaka, the rest of the fleet. Oh my god. I'm just going to do some fast forwarding here because, we're just plinking at each other at the moment. There you go. So the second Kastanov's now firing, getting a lot more SM6s in the air. SM6, so ESSM's actually a really expensive missile. It's this thing. These are like $500 million each or something. That's stupid. There you go. Onyx is now getting its fins out and launching. Kastanov is putting more missiles in the air. What we'll do, SM2 MRs are going up against it. I think unfortunately the ships aren't talking to each other because you can see this Ticonderoga is just wasting its missiles. It's just launching them and then cancelling. And I've got the first harpoons away, and they are already being met by air defense. So we're seeing NM. So these are crap. I don't even know what this missile is. SM6 is in space. 60,000 feet. I believe that'll be the S350, which is like a mini, but it's basically different basically an air defense system. Whoa! SM6 is going anti-ship. Wow, that was close. Okay, we have not seen... We've got no damage to any of our ships yet. Nope. This Tycoon Rogue has not shot anything yet. Again, we'll just go fast forward for now. Just... Oh! 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 Wow! Look at that. That's one missile impact. The ship's on fire. Okay, it's just about shooting still. But, wow. Boom. That is the first ship-on-ship combat. First blood goes to NATO. Well, to an American missile. Thank God for the military-industrial complex, am I right? Duncan's launched its first harpoons. Harpoon, of course, not massively fast missile. It's doing 500 knots. It's 50 feet off the deck. It's not survivable now. Another SM6. Kastanov is... Boom. Kastanov's red health now. Kastanov won't fire. Kastanov's basically abandoning ship at this point. Wow. Bear in mind, that is that is... The Kastanovs are within spec. Okay, wow. So it's still defending itself, which is impressive. But frankly, that ship is on its way at the bottom of the Black Sea. The Kastanov is currently, or one of the Kastanov, I believe is it Kastanov? That's the Black Sea Fleet's flagship. I can't even type to the Yossa there. Order of battle. Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on, but the SM6s are taking so much punching so hard here. Got a caliber. It's... Wow. So, Yes, it's a Grigorovich. So we don't have the Grigorovich in game, so... But, ship dead. Not a scratch on the paint of a NATO ship. One of the Katanovs is down. Mournful harp. Right. So now what we're going to see is NATO don't know that ship is dead. Another plink on a Kastanov. NATO don't know that ship is dead. So what's going to happen is you're going to see this missile here is going to home on that plume of smoke, which is the dead Kastanov, and it's going to start. That Kastanov's going to start soaking missiles up. But until it sinks, the missiles aren't basically aware that ship is dead. That there is still a contact there. That contact needs bombing. Boom. Oh, wow, that was close. Again, this ship's on fire. That ship's on fire. They are... Yeah. 9M100, not seen this missile yet. What's that missile? Sorry, the 9M100. No idea what that is. I think this will be a... yeah. Not sure at all what that job is. Ooh. Ooh. Red health. One of these missiles is going to get it. Ooh. Wow. This I'd love. Like, I know Grim Reapers. This is inspired by the Grim Reapers battle. I just changed some things up and went for the surface action group instead of an air attack. But I would love to see the costs of this. I think SM6 is a stupidly expensive missile. SM6 unit cost. Okay, $4.87 million. That's not too bad actually. For the amount of damage, like $12 million to sink a capital ship. Another one's dead. Like we've spent what, $24 million and sunk 2 Russian capital ships. The Russian frigate, the Kastanov, doesn't provide a unit cost on Wikipedia, but they will not be cheap. They're brand new ships. They will not be cheap. So now thing is, once these Kastanovs are dead, it's got a Hermes missile in the air. That's dead. Hermes K is being fired by Karakurt. These are your Panzers. These are your shipborne Panzers. Look at that missile. It just doesn't care. It's still doing 750 knots. So actually, I think the Carakurts are probably going to be the bigger threat here. But like I say, right now, you know, you've got the Castanovs knocked out. The Carakurts, so basically, I'm going to... Yeah, you can see that NATO's just punching a hole. This is crazy. That's going to kill it. Oh. Now the ships are seriously supporting each other, which is really good. Like you can see, that SM6 is going in. That Hermes is like, no, it's not. That Hermes is probably going for that second missile. That's dead. Well, red health. Yeah. You can see it's just absolutely crazy. So got a RGM 84D going for a Grisha here. That's going to be a while, to be fair, before it gets there. Grisha is a bear, I believe. Yeah, see, the Grishas are basically... Yeah, they've got some defense abilities, but nothing in terms of... Oh, yeah, they've got geckos on board. I do apologise. But they're very short range, obviously. But if you're shooting one missile at a time, what do you think is going to happen, right? That's crazy. That launched out 2 seconds ago and it's already at 60,000 feet. The G-forces on this... The missile is pulling 15G in this manoeuvre. Absolutely crazy engineering. This is a ship trying to defend itself rather successfully. Grisha's dead. Is that Grisha alive? No, Grisha's down to amber health. So Grisha, if you got into a punching match, would still hurt, but not as... Tashima can't pull this Tycho in. It's good because it's providing our defense, but also it needs to... Nostroshimi's charging up the battlefield here. What's Nostroshimi got? It's got a gun. It's got a gun in a dream. Again, this is a 6-7 hour battle. You know, this is naval combat is not a fast affair. Now this makes me wonder. Whoa, Caliber's in the air again. How much are the NATO ships out of missiles? We can't see missile state on these, but they've fired a lot. I don't know. I've not seen any harpoons come off the Burks, to be fair. So it may be that there's just, you know. Bear in mind, Caliber is lofting here, but that's different. Yeah, the last Caliber I saw didn't have enough to burn a plume. Interesting. And it's killed itself. Oh no, it's still coming. Yeah, it's still doing 800 knots towards what looks like Duncan, probably. Look, judging by the thingies here. Duncan's like SM2 ready. And like SM6 is like, no problem, fam. I got him. Wow, that was close. Okay, we're riding it in. Going for the Burke. It's doing 800 knots. Wow. That shows calibers are nothing to be played with. Caliber will fuck you up. Ticonderoga is launching SSMs. Boom. So we'll just fast forward a bit here, because they are just plinking at calibers right now. It's... yeah, missiles aren't really getting through. I think you just get sort of... the Carakurts, when they get in range, just put their missiles up. You can see that Ticonderoga at the top. Actually, I thought I put him in a not great place, but he's just immediately, like, you can see the missiles come out and he's just defends against them. These must be VLS launched because they go quite high, whereas if you think the Carakurts we saw coming off the Castanov, they must be launched, like box launched, because they went straight into sea skimming mode. Again, look at Apparently it's only putting 2.5 G. Also, 1100 knots is incredibly fast. Getting something above 1,000 knots and still maintaining control of it is amazing. So you've got more missiles in the air. So we've got Caliber coming up. So Calibers are very good missiles. They are dual boat. They're sort of your Russia's answer to the Tomahawk, really, but faster. Caliber could be used. Oh, so it has variants for cruise missiles, anti-ship missiles, anti-submarine missiles, submarine-launched cruise missiles, air-launched cruise missiles, land attack missiles, and surface-to-surface missiles. Domestic variants. Yeah, so you've got your K, your T, your other K, your other. So you've got your 3M50. Yeah, basically yeah. Is this an SM? They're putting an SM6 into that? No, that's going for that caliber. Good. I was going to say this seems a waste to throw an SM6 out. Freaking tipping into wing as it does a fly past to the fleet. But no, we're not seeing any holes being poked at all in NATO's fleet, whereas they're just systematically killing these things. What's Duncan up to? Duncan's firing I've got its deck gun tilted, so it's either engaged or it's either done engaging or about to engage. Oh. I'm not seeing any health. If we saw health depreciating on the Grisha, that it's shot, but wow. Yeah, so Duncan's out of cruise missiles, and also how much of this is the fleet intelligently saying? There you go. Okay, both are firing. 40mm Bushmaster. That's engaging the Grisha. Wow. So we can't watch this, but what I can do, as you can see, ooh, they're about to ladder it. That is hit. Actually, that's not hit. That's a very near miss. Oh, it's dead in the water. That was a hit. Abandoning ship. Just a matter of time now. It's really impressive though. Like, if you look at the AI here, that it's not using the main 5-inch net gun. It's using a 40mm Bofors cannon because that's all it needs. Because it knows it's shooting against an unarmored target, which is basically knackered anyway. It's incredibly inaccurate. That's a bit embarrassing, Royal Navy. Apart from that, yeah, I quite like that. It's interesting. So it may be that they're not actually out of missiles, but they're just you know, saving the missiles for the good guys. I mean, Tycho is well within range for harpoon shots against these guys. I mean, harpoon could reach out and touch Handywind quite easily. Corvette, the Caracat, the rearguard Caracat, very easily as well. So at the moment, this will be because sensors can't see things. If I had a... Oh, have they reached the end of their track? No, they haven't. Oh, for fuck's sake, they have. No, they haven't actually. So these guys have just stopped. I think they probably just decided they don't know what to do. Because they both had the waypoints, I can show you. Yeah, I think they've just lost enough capital ships probably that they don't know what they're doing. So we'll play this through on fast forward. And they just don't care anymore. Russian surrender? Question mark. So we'll see the SM6 in uncontested thingying. Yeah, we'll go for the rear one so we can watch the front one go in. 15.5 G. As a human, you'd be unconscious right now. And it's just burning straight in there. Oh my god. Nice. So these do seem inaccurate, if I'm honest, in the anti-ship capacity. Yeah, you can see they're heading behind. Yeah, they're going over the top. So, interesting. Let's go back to the scope here. There you go, harpoons out. Are they going to defend themselves? These harpoons will kill it, will hit. They might not kill it, but they'll definitely hit it. Oh, no, that's DC whizzing it. Or shooting a gun at it. Are they just out of missiles? And they're just using the deck gun now? Hold attack, so it hits the deck plate. Less well armoured bit. Boom. Okay. Nope, there is stuff out there still. Carrot down by health, more harpoons out. There you go. So they are defending themselves. They're just not moving, which arguably, from a tactical perspective, does that make them harder to kill? There you go. That's Carrot's dead. SM6 is going to try to Hermes, I think, probably. Nope. SM6. Ooh, hang on. That, I mean, just the KE of that. Oh, I've got RBS-15. This is launched from the Visby. Visby's punching them now. So this is the RBS-15. I think this is the same missile as you get on the Viggen. Just the coolest aircraft in DCS, really. So seeing them making advances here, I think it'll probably be the second line of Berks that attack these ships here. Oh no. This is what I was trying to avoid. No, just doing a fly past to the fleet. That'd be a heck of a view if you were standing on the deck of the Berk. Just that missile comes screaming past your face. What's it going for? Oh, Hermes out. So look how low this target is. Hermes is coming for it. Ooh. Oh, dead. I was about to change perspective to the Hermes, but yeah. Berk is saying that Grish has not got long left now. Oh. Nope, she's gonna miss. So I'm not sure what those SM6s think they're doing, but they are missing quite regularly here. That one, yeah. I'm going to report that to Current Hill because that's just going to go straight over the top again, isn't it? Yep. I think it begins to topple too soon to be effective, because we're literally watching them just put whoa, KH-41s. Okay, he's defending himself again. I mean, the missiles are now gone, but interesting, this doesn't so much to look at. Only SM6s left to look at. Oh god, what did I do? I mean, this ship, like I say, you could literally just leave that there, it'll sink itself. Actually, if you get too close, they may shoot you with the deck gun. I think that's probably going to get slapped at this point. Nope. Misses. Still. So we'll just go up to 20 times. Got harpoons coming out. These are going for the Grisha. Again, these might actually get knocked. Or Hermes are going to punch 1 and 2. So this is the wonderful thing of operating as a fleet. The Grisha could probably have defended itself. It's a bit on fire, but it's moving. It's moving at 14 knots. That's all we need. Got another harpoon out. Karakirt's not defending this time. Karakirt must be out of shots. No, Karakurt is putting Hermes up. Look, wow. I mean, that Hermes launcher is literally in smoke. I probably not want to shoot that right now. I think that Hermes launcher is done now. It's reloading. Hermes K inbound. 1500 knots. Boom. So harpoon straight out the sky. This is the brilliant thing, like self-operating as a fleet. Mutual defence is such a strong capability. Where did that harpoon come from? Unless it's like thinking off the Tycoon gone that way. The Perrys, bear in mind, they're on the fringes of the fleet. They've not seen any action yet. They're just there. They're just hanging out. They're just freaking Steel Beach on the back deck. On the aft deck. Sorry, it's not the back. It's a ship. It's the aft. My apologies. What is Steel Beach, I hear you ask? We're just going down the deck. Hermes K. That's going to kill it. Now, 1800 knots at sea level. I'm not saying I'm doubtful. That's really quick, in case you haven't noticed. Yeah, the Hermes for that launcher there is back online now. Must have reloaded. Like I say, I keep pressing the wrong button. I would not feel comfortable, sorry. You know, firing that because of how close it is to my radar stack that's on fire. Also, how is my radar still working if it's on fire? Just saying. But this is more DCS damage modelling than current hill. Like, I will, you know, give defence where due and all that. Now the deck gun's firing on Duncan. He's now running again. I don't know why they stopped for a bit. To be honest, they probably outran one of the ships and they're trying to get catch up. Got another RBS-15 away. Ooh, this is going to be a close flyby of the bridge of the Berg. Okay, not as close as it was last time. Must just be more zoomed out. So the Visby does have 8 of these. They are cool little missiles. They're small, but actually really deadly. Just going to fast forward a bit more. There's the Hermes. So because if the Visby could launch multiple at once, then it would stand a chance. But just throwing one or two at a time down range, it just does nothing. So KH-41s, hang on, I keep forgetting to look up the KH-41s would be what the Molniers have. So the Molniers, bear in mind, they are now expended. They're Sunburns, I think, KH-41s. I know, one more Molnier's got missiles left. So it'll be this one here. Oh, got an RBS-15 going in. That's close. Like I say, it must be guided on data link because, you know, if it was just looking for a target, it would have punched that back. Got 2 RBS-15s going after something, actually. Another Grisha on low health now. That must be what the Duncan was pummeling. Duncan is not doing anything now, but it's got another Grisha on fire. Dope. I'm trying to keep up with this. Yeah, wow, that Grisha. This is fine. We can battle still, comrades. We can take them. We can take them. This is fine. This is fine. No, it is fine. I don't know why I'm German now. Oh god, I'm turning it to Matt Gray. KH-41 Sunburns. So these are these things. Big, honking, big. But you can see this thing's big enough. It would kill a carrier if it hit one, you know. Just massive Cold War era. Will punch you in the face. It will hurt. But you can see SM2s out on the faces. There you go. Boom. Dead. Dead. Like, that's such a fast rate of closure. Like, hang on, pause. That's doing 660 knots. That's doing, sorry, 970 knots. That's a 3,000 knot rate of closure. I just find it impressive that they can, like, meet in space. Maybe they can't. Maybe it's going to be a miss. Oh, no, there it is. Dead. Crazy. So the Molniers are now basically just seawards platforms. Oh no, one Molnier is dead. It's gone. There used to be 3. There are now 2. So we're using deck guns yet. So interestingly, like I say, still not even a scratch on the NATO fleet, but we've lost one. We've lost the. I don't want to say we lost the majority, but we've lost. You know, this Grisha won't make it back to port. This Grisha probably might if it turns and goes home now. This Karakurt, something similar. You know, okay, this Karakurt's on fire, but if you look, it's on fire in the superstructure. It's a radar fire. You know, fire doesn't burn down. You can deal with that. Grisha. You know, it's in front of the bridge. Oh, deck gun's being engaged. It must be the Ticonderoga. It's just crazy that, like I say, they're not making any. It almost feels like they're just, you know, anything that thingy does, NATO has a counter to. This is going to be a close fly by the bridge of the Duncan. I would be really nervous shooting missiles this close to my friends. I think the Duncan has chicaned to get a, you know, to generate sea space. Give them away as we go past. The thing is, this is where the. Oh no, it's dead. Bonk. Yeah, another Grisha dead. My concern is going to be if the Arleigh Burke and the Tycho don't take these, this could be a problem for Oak Hill. I wish I could move the Perrys in, but I just can't. I don't have the ability to command them like that, and it would be unfair because I've not done that for the Russians, so I can't do that for the for NATO. Another Grisha dead. That Grisha's probably, yeah. I mean, I don't the Tycho. That's a Tycho launching harpoons. I don't know why I put what. I must have been deluded putting them all the way up there, if I'm honest, but you know. Let's watch these 2 missiles go in. You can see the naval gunfire hitting that ship. Pop of attack. Abandon ship, boys. Bonk. He's not walking away from that one. So there you go. So really, we have got off strength. So let's just we'll let it play out. Interestingly, that the fast attack craft. Oh no, that just disappeared. I was about to say the fast attack craft are doing surprisingly well. Then it just got dunk. Someone must have dropped a firing shell on its head. Because what is Tycho? Yeah, Tycho's firing its deck gun. That's probably taking the Karakurt on with the deck gun. Karakurt's dead in the water. Oh, it's turning its deck gun. I mean, it's tenacious, I'll give it that much. Not sure its fire control radar's up to much right now, but yeah. It's out of Hermes, probably. And it's got a couple of Hermes shots left. But we may see the first NATO damage. Oh no, I think there's damage to Burke here. Is there? Or is this just... No, there is a little bit of damage to the superstructure there. I do love the fact their sensors are all facing, you know, the targets and stuff, and yeah, that's really cool. Oh, just abandon ship, boys. You're not making it out. Again, you know, this is just, it's not, but it just goes to show this, doesn't it? We've got 2 of the most advanced fleets that I could put together in DCS. Okay, you know, the Molniers and the Grishas, they were padding. But if I put, you know, did a 1v1 or you know, a 10v10 of Karakurt v Burke, just proper, you know, grudge match style, just, you know, drive at each other until one of you dies. The missiles run out, and it just goes back to good old-fashioned naval gunnery. And, yeah, something in me appreciates that. Okay, got the last RBS 15 probably going out of Visby. Let's check Visby before we thingy. Yeah, because Visby's got 6, so about 6 have gone out, so... The one thing I think code-wise should definitely be improved in DCS is the ability to... Ooh, is the... What's defending against them, is it? I think Visby might have a few more rounds than it thinks it does. Hello, Burke. Hello, Michael Murphy. Yeah, that I would be nervous shooting that close to my friends. This one might actually hit it. The angles are. Oh, no, it's gonna go. It's gonna just be a close pass, but. You. Minor child appreciates it. Okay. So is Grisha fighting back yet? No. I think this Burke might get it. Someone's shooting him. Who's shooting my... That Grisha's engaging him. Also, I love the pressure wave on the water. He's like, no, fuck off. Stop shooting me. This is rude. Oh wow, we are actually seeing damage to a NATO vessel here. I mean, it's not doing much damage, but it's there. Whoa! Uh-oh. You fucked it out, you found out. Bonk. So that takes it straight to red health. He's laddering. Yeah, actually, okay, that Burke's in trouble now, and he's dead. I say he's in trouble, he's on fire. So, this is something to debate. The way, I think, my understanding, is the way that damage is modelled on ships in DCS is it's basically, you know, each ship has, say, 1,000 points to start off. A £1,000 bomb takes off 100 points, right? Something like that. Well, the as an example, we know one of the reasons Moskva sank is it was an older design of ship which didn't prioritize watertight compartments, which meant fire could spread, which meant water could spread, and all that kind of stuff. Now, the ship's on fire and I can see inside it. That's not good. Is that a bit more than green health damage? But then the ship can continue to fight like that, you know? Okay, you know, you've lost some crew who are in berthing spaces, but the ship can continue to fight like that. You know, yeah. He's just humiliating him now. Yeah, harpoons coming in from the parry. So the parries are beginning to support. Or that parry's beginning to support. Ooh, Hermes defending from one of the Karakurs, that's okay. Bonk. Second Hermes away. Bonk. Oh, they shoot so close. We'll just go up to 60 times, just to speed this up a bit. Yeah, so it's getting taken by Hermes. Okay, that Karakurt's dead. Now at this point, I genuinely think the issue is going to be NATO doesn't have enough bullets left. Because these guys are advancing past this line. Whereas, so this Grisha is now going to start engaging him, because this Grisha is fine. You can see you got, you know, that rear quarter gun is going to open up now. This guy out of rounds, this guy out of rounds, this guy's done basically. You know, so Can the surface action group I created take down... You know, if this Ticonderoga was tucked in a bit better... Yeah, because I've got no air control because I've not created a blue 4 slot, basically. But, I don't know, can Oak Hill just Seawards them to death? Charge it and Seawards them. We'll just let it play out. RBS 15's going out. Hermes. More harpoons coming in. It's just going to overwhelm them now. Yeah, you're just seeing harpoons for days come off Tycho and Perry. I think 30 times is probably about a good pace to go here. Just seeing lots and lots of harpoons. Osa's coming off. Grisha in defence of Molnir. More harpoons coming in. Dead. Just cleaning up now. That's 2 hits on Molnir. Pretty well. 2 probably near misses. No luck. On near hit, sorry. So the Iranian FAC is pushing up. Fast attack craft. Now this does have Hellfire style missiles on the roof. I'm not sure what it can do with them, but it can try. Like against an unarmored target, that would be good. Against armored targets like these, okay, if it was going for the Oak Hill or the Tild, then it's got a chance. But apart from that, you know, it's just going to get Seawarsed. It's got no armour. I think this ship must be out of ammunition at this point, because it would have wrecked that Grisha otherwise. The Iranian FAC, like I say, is pushing up. Well, give it 30 times fast forward. Look at that. It's 5 PM already. 5:30 PM. It's been a... There you go. Must be being Bushmastered to death. Or Seawarsed. Because that health dropped really fast. What have we got on the side there? Yeah, Bushmasters. More harpoons coming in. Thing is, at this point, we've got one Karakurt, which has probably not been involved in a fight yet, which is going to be the deciding factor, I think, actually. And that will push it to a narrow win for the Russians. Well, so if we didn't decide what a win criteria was, who's got the most ships standing come the end of play? NATO. NATO's not lost any ships. And I think, to be totally honest, this, if we just sort of broke off contact now and NATO went home, the Black Sea Fleet ain't recovering from this. It's lost most of its service combatants. So why is it... You know, and yeah, I think, honestly, the Karakurt's going to start slinging shots now. Or it might not. Actually, they're getting pretty close to each other. Let's see what happens with this shot here. Hermes K is getting it. On the fringes of Hermes K range though. It's not beyond possible that we could just sling enough harpoons at that and overwhelm its defences. There you go. So, you know, who's killed who's Euler? Well, you know, okay, these are just going to do a sail past to each other. They're that out of ammunition. They're just doing a sail past. But I think so. Overall, the question we asked at the start of this video, some hour and 5 minutes ago, wow, was Black Sea Fleet versus a NATO surface action group. Who wins? I think in this case, it's the surface action group. You know, what we've got left standing. I mean, okay, the surface action group I've created was a work of fiction. I probably could have put a couple more Burks in, a couple more Ticonderogas. In reality, the Perrys would just swoop in and just pummel these guys to death, right? Because the Perrys... You know, other they've not got much on them. They've got a guns. They've got a gun on the top there that hasn't fired anything. You know, these guys are completely out of missiles. Just pummel them to death. Heck, if it's a Molnier, just ram that thing. Like, it's tiny. Just ram it. It'll fall over. Yeah, we'll let the thing do a sail past. But overall, yeah, I think this is a clear win for NATO. You know, NATO has probably lost 20 sailors today. Maybe 30, 40, you know. Certainly less than 50. Well, no. Like, you look at the damage to the back. This is the only ship I've noticed damage on. Damage. And... Wait, what? No, oh, okay, so there's 2 Berks have been madly damaged. So, that's comparable. This is comparable, really, to the bombing of the USS Cole in terms of what the damage looks like. That killed 13 people. Okay, there's a bit more damage to the ship, but the ship's at battle stations, so let's call it 20. Let's be, you know, let's be pro-Russian here. This ship, it's got some pockmarks on it, and it's got some pockmarks to the bridge. Maybe one person, one or two people who were very unlucky, you know. Yeah, you could get hurt, but it's unlikely. Compare that, you know, to the Russian fleet. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships of 24 at the start of the scenario left. That says something. That says something. And it's like, you know, when I was younger, I used to think never thought war was cool, but I found all of it, the technology behind it, and the you know, things like radar and stuff like that really interesting. Now it just seems like a massive waste.